Welcome back, guys. It's Dr. Mike, and I'm a physical therapist providing tips on how to build strength and longevity with your body. Today, we're going to be covering an incredible exercise that can have major benefits when it comes to shoulder stability, as well as building stronger shoulders. Now, many of us are very familiar with maybe the shoulder press or any exercises that require us to move our shoulders out to the side. But one exercise that often gets missed that I think can have great benefits when it comes to shoulder health is the upside down kettlebell press. Now, this exercise, when done correctly, can have major benefits, not only because it helps with grip strength, it facilitates a lot of your core muscles in the exercise, but most importantly, it trains the rotator cuff muscles, which are the smaller muscles that help stabilize the shoulder joint. We need these to be strong, and we often don't use them very often when we're doing exercises that require a lot of the major muscle groups of the shoulder and the chest to kind of take over. So this is why there can be so many benefits to the upside down kettlebell press. Now notice here, I'm in a half kneeling position. I preferably love to do this exercise in this position here. You can even have a pad underneath your knee to support your knee if this is uncomfortable. But most importantly, this really puts my pelvis in more of a balanced alignment. Versus if I perform this, or you often see this performed standing up, many people tend to get in this hyperlordosis extended position. So when it gets really challenging for them, they kind of forget about what is supposed to be going on at the trunk and their abdominal muscles. So when you're in this half kneeling position, it really forces you to use your core muscles and really allows you to develop that balance in your pelvis and in your hips here. So I definitely recommend when you're working on this that you're working on switching on both sides with your leg that's kneeling down, okay? So when we start this exercise, we wanna just in general get a basic understanding of the setup here. So basically, unlike a regular dumbbell or kettlebell press, where the kettlebell is kind of resting on your wrist and you feel very stable here and you press overhead, the reason why this makes it so challenging is now we flip that kettlebell upside down. So immediately I have all that weight that I'm having to stabilize with my core muscles, my glutes, okay, as well as the deep muscles of the shoulder. This gets very challenging even just with a static hold here in this position. And the higher you go, the more stability that you have to have in your core muscles in order to lift that kettlebell up and overhead, okay? That grip that I mainly like to focus on is having that thumb facing towards me versus unlike a traditional press, sometimes you'll see that thumb kind of at the side and we're pressing here. We're gonna actually kind of take that elbow inward and we're gonna have that thumb facing towards us, okay? So we're gonna start with the kettlebell in this position here, upside down, and you're already gonna feel it being really challenging, so you're gonna wanna start with a lighter weight to begin with. That's why this is probably one of the best exercises, especially for those of you who don't have a lot of weight at home or don't have access to heavier weights. Using a light kettlebell, you can knock out a lot of repetitions on each side and get a good amount of volume of pressing overhead with more stability work as you're moving the kettlebell overhead. So you'll start here and you'll really prep yourself before moving by tightening your abdominals, staying tight through your trunk, and then you're gonna start to press the kettlebell up overhead, okay? The goal is to try to control the movement and not let your body sway too much. And also when you're pressing overhead, you're trying to really straighten out that elbow. Try your best to get, your head through and stay nice and tight as you're lowering back down here. I will normally kind of switch legs on each side, work on anywhere between 2 to 3 sets of 10 to 12 repetitions with a light weight. This can be a great way to warm up the shoulders, but you'll see over time, this can be a great accessory movement when we're talking about building stronger shoulders and helping your other shoulder exercises and allowing you to really level up your strength game when it comes to upper body pressing, okay? Now, if this is an exercise that you have tried before, please leave in the comments below what is the most challenging part of this exercise for you. In the meantime, thanks for watching today, and I'll see you in the next one.